I'm a mother of a 24-year-old handsome black male who lives down. I'm a mother of a 24-year-old handsome black male who lives down the south. I live up north, but he grew up in a very, you can call it liberal household. Past several months, he has been giving me strong indications, although he has not said it out loud, that he wants to vote for Donald Trump in this election.
He's 24, by the way. He's a grown man. Just wanted to put that out there.
We are constantly talking him off of that ledge. We are constantly defending Vice President Kamala Harris. Is that as a black woman, I have always made it a priority to show him the strength of a black woman. I started out as a single mother with him. I went to law school with him. His first day of kindergarten was my first day of law school.
So this is what we're talking about today. Black women are so much of a problem in this election. It's absolutely disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. So I was on a panel. Shout out to, God damn, what's his name? Hold on. I want to shout out the brother's panel. I mean his well, I'll get in that in a minute. But this particular woman was supposed to be on a panel. I'm so glad she wasn't on it, because it would have got really embarrassing. But this woman right here, is literally the epitome of what's happening in this election. You have all these dysfunctional, angry, masculine black women who are demonizing black men for having an opinion that isn't hers. And I was on this panel, and you'll see how I literally just went straight off on all these people. Well, I didn't go off on people, but this is an example of the problem that black women are having with life altogether. It's not even about the election. Seeing how women operate and how women are demonizing men for not thinking like them proves that it's nowhere in hell that it would make any sense at all for Kamala Harris to be president. So let's keep going, because I got a lot more to get into involving this panel I was on. But this gives you an understanding of what we're doing. Hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Drop some popcorn emojis in the chat, because this is going to be fun. This is going to be very fun. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat, and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Let me know who's all in here. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And of course, hit the like button. I'm going to keep going. But for the people who are late, I'm going to play this little part again. So it's okay. But I want to keep going.
He witnessed me struggle through law school.
To what the woman said in the video. And the fact that he lives with his father and not his mother tells virtually everything I need to know, and who he's voting for, about this young man. He most likely did not like living under his mom's roof. That part right there. Women have no understanding of what their child has been through being up under her roof. I was raised in a single parent household. My dad was around when I was a kid, and my dad taught me some integral things that prepared me for life, which might sound crazy because I left my dad when I was like 6. Right. Well, my mom took me to Atlanta, and that was the last time I was really around my dad, from 0 to 6. And you may say, wait, how can your dad teach you integral things and you can barely do anything? That is when the brain actually forms. The human brain forms the majority of his neurons between the age of 0 to 7. So when my brain was forming, I was around my dad and my dad only. So my dad literally prepared me to live with my mother. A lot of young men did not have that luxury, I would say, and I feel sorry for them. But to actually be raised by a single mother is a terrible thing. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Those of you coming in, make sure to hit the like button. And I know y'all just coming in, so I'm not mad at nobody for not hitting the like button. But we gotta get these likes up, please. Can you please hit the like button? But I was raised in a single mother household, and it was the most stupid, idiotic environment that I've ever been in my life. And of course, all of my friends grew up in single mother households also, and they were easily able to concur with me. So I'll just say this to start. Um, Growing up under a single mother is the most idiotic circus you'll ever want to see in your life, whether you're a woman or a man. Because, ladies, I'm quite sure y'all can say the same thing. All right. So, this woman literally, and we're talking about Kamala Harris today, just for example. We're talking about Kamala Harris. Um, how women, like, there's an agenda that I'm going to show you that Kamala Harris has the key to. So I'm going to back this up a little bit, and we're going to talk about the reason why all this is so important involving Kamala Harris and these dysfunctional ass black women. And I'm not against black women. I just see how dysfunctional the average black woman is in this particular situation because Kamala Harris is running. Like, we see how dysfunctional y'all are because Kamala Harris is running, is what I'm saying. And not all of y'all.
Struggle through law school.
To what the woman said in the video. And the fact that he lives with his father and not his mother tells virtually everything I need to know. The son, and who he's voting for about this young man. He most likely did not like living under his mom's roof for the main reason where none of us liked living under our mom's roof. Now, I want you to look at the woman that's at the top. Through the whole time, she had this look on her face like, oh my God, what are you talking about? She literally was demonizing me every opportunity she got. Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. But I'm not mad at her because she's simply a black woman. And this is what black women do when they're having a discussion about things that she doesn't like. So if I said something bad about Kamala Harris, I'm officially a narcissist. I'm a misogynist. I don't like women, all this stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. But you could look at her face and tell that this was a grueling conversation to be in. And I'm going to start it from the beginning for those who just coming in. I'm going to start it from the beginning, but I want the people who are here at first to see this part. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Most of us would have loved to live with our father instead of our mothers, male and female. This election is literally about heterosexual men, which is her son, and the LGBT. I should have said versus the LGBTQ. Heterosexual men versus the LGBTQ community. LGBTQ community. See, black women in particular love for black men to be softer, gayer, and more passive. Why? Because our women are hell bent on overtaking black men in the social hierarchy. They feel like there's this beautiful opportunity for it to happen to vote for an incoherent black woman. We have all experienced women being the head or living under a matriarchy already. We don't need Kamala to be the president because guess what? Put a one in the chat if y'all hear me. I just want to make sure. Okay, so y'all good. Y'all good. All right. I was gonna start the whole stream over, but all right, I got it. I got it back up. Oh my god. All right. So let's start back over. Let's start back over. All right. My God. It is what it is. Live streaming is a lot. Everybody hit a like button, y'all. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. Streaming is a lot, y'all. Streaming is a lot.
Of a 24-year-old.
All right, so we back up. We are back up. I mean, Xfinity is trash. All right, but here we go.
I'm a mother of a 24-year-old, handsome black male.
Remember, I'm a mother of a 24-year-old, and she says handsome, like he's 7 or something. So think about what type of woman this is. This is the typical single mother of a black male that ends up having problems in their lives.
I'm a mother of a 24-year-old, handsome black male who lives down the south. I live up north, but he grew up in a very, you can call it liberal household.
So he does not live with her, thank God. And he lives with his father. But she raised him as a single mother. Because she was a single mother, but now she's married. But when he lived with her, it was a single mother household for a certain amount of time.
Past several months, he has been giving me strong indications, although he has not said it out loud, that he wants to vote for Donald Trump in this election. We are constantly talking him off of that ledge.
Why? I wish any woman in my life, whether it's my mama, my auntie, or anybody, would be in my face trying to tell me what to do with my own freaking life. And I'm 24 years old. Talking him off the ledge. How about you go live your life, ma'am?
We are constantly defending Vice President Kamala Harris. Is that as a black woman, I have always made it a priority.
Don't y'all get tired of hearing black women say this dumb shit? Do y'all ever get tired of hearing black women say this dumb shit? Strong black woman. As a black woman, like, why can't you just be a person? You're always a black woman. Why you can't just be a woman? Why you can't just be a person? Like, what is your problem? And I'm talking to any of you who actually talk and sound like this idiotic woman. I don't even understand how this woman is married. There's a possibility that the husband probably married her for money because she sounds like an idiot. As a black woman, like, it's just disgusting.
I've always made it a priority to show him.
Oh, hold on, back it up. As a black woman,
talking him off of that ledge. We are constantly defending Vice President Kamala Harris. Is that as
you can't defend an idiot, though. And I'm just going to say this. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it. If you are defending Kamala Harris, I personally think you're stupid. Like, a month ago, I can understand. Oh, woman this, woman that. I get it. But after seeing this idiot, Kamala Harris, on interview after interview after interview after interview, sounding like a buffoon. And if you don't see that she's an idiot by now, you're stupid. And I don't want nothing to do with you because I don't want to be talking to or having any type of conversations with stupid people because you're going to affect my brain and make me stupid. And y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. This is just my personal opinion. This woman was just on CNN with Anderson Cooper, and she sounded like an idiot for like the 15th time. So y'all can vote for whoever y'all want to vote for. I don't care. But don't come around me because I think you're stupid like Kamala or something's wrong with you. I'm sorry. So I don't care. But I don't want to be around you. I do not want to be around stupid people. So this is the whole interview, y'all, right here. So we're gonna get into it.
The way Trump talks.
All right, so here we go.
You're right. Like, if the way Trump talks is so repulsive and tacky, then why did we see an uptick in people who are supporting him? And some people are drawn to the straight shooter, the funny guy, the guy who doesn't mind calling it like it is. They see it as real. And so even though in a political arena, we could consider it maybe tacky to say some of the stuff he says, there are audiences and members out there who are listening to that like, oh, okay, that guy sounds like a guy that I would kick it with, or that I know, or that was straight up.
With all that, so watch what I say right here. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get these views back up because probably about 30 people, 40 people left because my stream went down. So everybody make sure to hit the like button. We got to re-like the stream in order to get it back out there. We got to re-like the stream to get it back out there. So everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Back up just a little bit. All right,
that guy sounds like a guy that I would kick it with, or that I know, or that was straight up.
With all that being said, wouldn't you want the most honest person to be your president versus the other person that is literally dishonest because everything that comes out their mouth is jargon meant to omit what they actually think and feel? Do you realize that Kamala Harris literally does the same thing we do to y'all when you catch us cheating or when you ask her where we were last night? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about what I just said? I'm gonna play it again, but what do y'all think about that? This is very important right here. So I'm gonna back it up and I want y'all to think about everything I just said. Think about this. Here we go again.
You're right. Like, if the way Trump talks is so repulsive and tacky, then why did we see an uptick in people who are supporting him? And some people are drawn to the straight shooter, the funny guy, the guy who doesn't mind calling it like it.
So Donald Trump is a straight shooter. All right. He don't cheat on his taxes. He likes beautiful women. He says dumb shit. Yes. But at the end of the day, he's a straight shooter. That's the first point, right?
They see it as real. And so even though in a political arena, we could consider it maybe tacky to say some of the stuff he says, there are audiences and members out there who are listening to that like, oh, okay, that guy sounds like a guy that I would kick it with, or that I know, or that was straight up.
With all that being said, wouldn't you want the most honest person to be your president versus the other person that is literally dishonest because everything that comes out their mouth is jargon meant to omit what they actually think and feel? Do you realize that Kamala Harris literally does the same thing we do to y'all when you catch us cheating or when you ask her where we were last night? We do. So what do y'all think? Am I right or am I wrong? Does Kamala Harris do the exact same thing does Kamala Harris speak to the American people the same exact way that we speak to y'all when y'all asked us where we were last night? Please answer that question in the chat. Yes or no? Does Kamala Harris answer questions in the exact same fashion that we answer your question when we get caught cheating and you ask us where the hell we were last night? Yes or no? Drop your answer in the chat. Because I just want to know. Because I get caught cheating, I'm going to be like, whoa. Imagine me getting caught cheating, right? And my girl's like, how could you do this to me? I thought you loved me. I'll start with this. I grew up in a middle-class family. Ain't it the same thing? It's the same exact thing that we do when we get caught cheating. She starts saying, we just start babbling about stupid shit to get us out of the situation because we don't want to answer the question. But Harris literally does the same thing we do to y'all when you catch us cheating or when you answer where we were last night. We do the exact same thing. And you want this person to be your president and you calling us narcissists? You're narcissist.
I shouldn't have said the word. I'm sorry.
Narcissist to be your damn president because the biggest narcissist between the two people is actually Kamala Harris because she is lying by using an incoherent jargon to pull away from the actual conversation that is at hand. What are you talking about?
Let me ask you this, Mr. Lego. Do you think that it's intentional? Like do you think she just incoherent or she a high level Sith Lord that's doing a drunken monkey?
I personally think she's incoherent. I don't think she's that smart. I think actually she has a mental illness. So, well, this is the problem with and I'm just going to say it.
Shit.
Let's cut it. Next question.
Y'all love to sit here and talk about degrees so damn much. Degrees are simply validation. Having degrees don't mean nothing. And let me explain why, and we can move forward. Because I gotta say this shit. I want you to think about this one thing. Life decisions and being coherent is totally different than operating in a linear direction, which is because this is what school simply is comprehension and repetition. And if you're good at reading something, remembering it, and reverberating it, you can get whatever degree that you want. And of course, you have to be steadfast in whatever it is you're doing and committed. So you do have to be committed because to go 6 years, 8 years through college, that is a lot. But all you really need to do is to actually be able to comprehend and reverberate what it is that you just read or learned and put it on paper. And you got a damn degree. That doesn't mean you're not stupid. And I'm not calling a graduate stupid. I'm just saying some people can be stupid and have a bunch of degrees.
So,
all right, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Am I right or am I wrong by the points that I made? All right, so Melissa says, I 100% agree with you. It reminds me of Eddie Murphy. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. Am I right or am I wrong? One, does Kamala Harris talk to the American people like a guy who just got caught cheating? That's the first question. The second question is, can a stupid person have multiple degrees? My opinion is a stupid person has multiple degrees. Kamala Harris. Can a stupid person have multiple degrees? Because like I said earlier, well, in the video, it does not take a lot to graduate from college. You can cheat. You can get information somewhere else and get all the answers. We all have cheated on tests. We all have copied off somebody's paper or went to ChatGPT that came up with an essay or whatever. We all have done things where we can circumvent the actual rules in school where we can get educated and still be stupid. So there's a whole bunch of stupid people that are educated, but they hide behind their degrees and they still got a bunch of baby daddies. They still stupid as I don't know what, but they got degrees though. You are 1,000% correct about stupid person having multiple degrees. Yes, a stupid person can have multiple. Okay, you are 100% spot on. Some are the dumbest people I know are the most educated. No street smarts, no common sense. It's the street smarts. It's the common sense that they don't learn. Exactly. Yes to the first question and yes to the second one. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure Kamala Harris is doing a drunken monkey kung fu move, politician act, moving all around to dodge and hit the court. No, you're welcome to your opinion, but I actually think Kamala is a pure idiot, and that's just my opinion. So okay, we can move on. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't out of line when I said this shit, because shit totally different than shit me. Everybody hit the like button. 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 Oh, and before we do this, hold on. I got some news to share with y'all. I got some news, important news to share with y'all right here, with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. I'm playing this for a reason. I'm not, no, y'all like, oh my God, not another commercial. I'm playing this for a reason. So hang with me. I'm playing this for a reason. Actually, all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. Okay, so everybody is familiar with my mother-daughter card game, right? And at the top it says pre-order now. I'm sure y'all see that, right? Well, I need y'all to know that the pre-orders will be ready to ship out Monday. I'll say it again. The pre-orders will be ready to ship out Monday. So if you have already gotten your or pre-ordered your mother-daughter card game, you will receive your card game finally next week. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is most important. To the people that are watching and you have not purchased or ordered your mother-daughter card game, I just need y'all to know this. You have today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday to purchase the card game for $62. If you don't, come Monday, the cards will be $200. So you have Friday, well, you have tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you have three and a half more days to purchase your mother-daughter card game for $62. If you wait, Monday, when I have the cards in my hand, I'm gonna be like, yo, we're gonna be able to talk about the cards and open the cards and all the other stuff. You're gonna want to buy it. It's gonna be $200. So I'm just letting y'all know right now. Click the link in the chat, click the link under this video, and buy your mother-daughter card game right now. You have 3.5 more days to get the card game at this humongous discount. So get your card game, get your card game, get your card game. All right, so I just want to say that. Let's get back to the video. See, I ain't even played the whole commercial. Don't mean nothing. And let me explain why, and we can move forward, because I got to say this shit. I want y'all to think about this one thing. Life decisions and being coherent is totally different than operating in a linear direction, which is, because this is what school simply is comprehension and repetition. And if you're good at reading something, remembering it, and reverberating it, you can get whatever degree that you want. And of course, you have to be steadfast in whatever it is you're doing and committed. So you do have to be committed, because to go 6 years, 8 years through college, that is a lot. But all you really need to do is to actually be able to comprehend and reverberate what it is that you just read or learned and put it on paper. And you got a damn degree. That doesn't mean you're not stupid. And I'm not calling a graduate stupid. I'm just saying some people can be stupid and have a bunch of degrees.
So I got this channel. We working on it. Mr. Let It Go is about to get the channel deleted. I appreciate it. We may never come back, guys. Thanks a lot, guys. We already had conservatives on. Y'all know they was trying to like silence all conservative voices, but thanks a lot, guys. Subscribe to Mr. Let Go right there on that his channel right there. I want to go switch gears again a bit.
Everybody drop popcorn emojis in the chat. In the chat, drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat,
y'all. Which is actually a perfect segue. This is a woman, and the sister that's in this video. Again, she had prior commitment. She couldn't make it into this actual stream tonight because I was going to moderate. It was going to be Deja and the sister here, and the two brothers that are. Everybody's again thankful for tapping into the stream. But this sister here, I want to play this video. I want the chat. And I want the panelists to give their perspective on this video right here of a sister who has a son and he's of voting age. And I want y'all to hear what she's saying about his voting age. We'll play a few minutes of this.
We've talked.
Hold on one second, y'all. Run
The
it back. Here we
mom,
go.
the aunt, the cousin, the grandma, the sister, the friend.
So I want y'all to think about this. The mom, the aunt, the sister, her, and the friend all are trying to talk a grown-ass man into voting for Kamala dumbass Harris. Think about that right there. Why aren't men talking him into voting for Kamala dumbass Harris?
Play a few minutes of this.
Listen to what she says. A whole bunch of cackling ass fat women are trying to talk her son into voting for this woman. Why?
We've talked.
Hold on one second, y'all. Run
The
it back. Here we
mom,
go.
the aunt,
Aunt,
the cousin, the
cousin,
grandma, the sister,
grandma,
the friend of a black male who is of voting age. I desperately need you to watch this video. If you're not, you can keep scrolling. But if you are, I need you to watch this video and I need your advice. I am a mother of a 24-year-old handsome black male who lives down the South.
Doesn't live with her. Smart.
I live up north, but he grew up in a very, you can call it liberal household. My household has always, including my husband, he grew up with a man in the household, a male role model. Both of us are educated. We've always advocated and been activists for the rights of marginalized and oppressed people, to include people of black, brown, Muslim, Asian, people with disabilities, LGBTQIA, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We've talked about rights as we have a nonprofit. We do lots of things in the community that supports the politics and the policies of Vice President Kamala Harris. I even remember the day that Barack Obama won the election in 2008, and my son was 8 years old. And the very next day he got up and put on a suit and tie. He wanted to wear that to school because he saw himself in that moment that he could be the president of the United States. However, in the past several months, he has been giving me strong indications, although he has not said it out loud, that he wants to vote for former president Donald Trump in this election. We are constantly talking him off of that ledge.
Does anybody want to know why they, not just her, her and all these other cackling fat women that she was just talking about are trying to talk this man off a ledge? Does anybody want to know why? I'll answer why in a second. But does anybody want to guess why? Why? Does anybody want to guess why?
We are constantly defending Vice President Kamala Harris and reinforcing what we experienced under the oppressive conditions.
The oppressive conditions. Do y'all remember when Donald Trump was president? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Donald Trump was president. It was 2020, 2021. I think it was 2020 to, it was like, I think 2020, 2019 to 2023, I think. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Donald Trump was president. Put 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Donald Trump was president. 2016 to 2020. Okay, thank you. Sorry. 2016 to 2020. Do y'all remember when he was president? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember. Did anybody feel oppressed? Did anybody feel oppressed? Did anybody feel oppressed? Yes or no? Did you feel oppressed? I've never felt oppressed during any presidential. I don't give a damn who the hell the president was. I don't give a shit who the president is. I don't feel oppressed while this idiot is the president. Nobody has ever made me feel oppressed. But listen to a woman, a black woman, she's going to yell out this dumb shit. He's going to oppress us. What the hell are you talking about? But this is what black women do. They demonize and they catastrophize. They demonize and they catastrophize. Their left foot demonizes, their right foot catastrophizes. Oh my God, you're a narcissist. Oh my God, you're a misogynist. Oh my God, you're so hateful. Why? Because I don't want to vote for an idiot. Oh my God, you hate women. You hate just stupid shit. That's the demonizing. And then the catastrophizing is, oh my God, he's going to oppress us. We were oppressed back in 2019. You sound stupid. But this is what black women do. This is what black women do. They have to be victims of the wind blowing in order for them to feel like they're talking about something. The shit is just crazy.
Constantly talking him off of that ledge. We are constantly defending Vice President Kamala Harris and reinforcing what we experienced under the oppressive conditions, the police brutality, et cetera, that we experienced under the presidency of Donald Trump. We have to continue to reinforce Project 2025 and what that's going to mean for him as a black man in the future.
So, Project 2025 is not, women love just making up dumb shit in order to push a narrative. What's up, Kana? Project 2025 has nothing to do with any of the presidents. And one of the things that Donald Trump actually did say out of his mouth is that he wants to get rid of the present educational system, right? And black women hate that because black women don't care about their children much. I want y'all to think about this. And only the stupid people would not understand what I'm about to say. So here we go. Why would we not get rid of the educational system? Do you know that the education system has been the exact same way for maybe 150 years? So 150 years ago, classrooms literally looked exactly the same. 150 years ago, classrooms looked exactly the same that they do now. You come into class, there's a bell that rings, you sit at your desk, there's a teacher in the front. And in 2024, 25, when we literally do not need educations anymore, hence me, I ain't got no degree and will never get a degree because in my opinion, degrees are stupid. It's a scam. College is one of the biggest scams of America. But if you went and got a degree and now you're $70,000 in debt, hey, you fell for the scam. But school, whether college or middle school or elementary school, How can you say with a straight face, we should keep going on with this school bullshit? Why would you imagine not getting rid of the education system? School is stupid, especially in 2024. I'll say it again. School is stupid, especially in 2024. You can teach your own goddamn child how to read. You can teach your own goddamn child how to write. You can teach your own goddamn child how to spell. You teach your own goddamn child on how to multiply, divide, and all the other shit. Grammar. You do all that shit yourself. Because ultimately, that's really all we all learned. All that stupid shit, geometry. Nobody needs no goddamn geometry. Trigonometry. What the fuck is that? Nobody needs all that stupid shit. As an adult, I've never had to pull a frog apart and study it and make his leg twitch. Never, ever have I done that as an adult. Algebra is stupid. Name one thing in school before the 9th grade that you learned that your mother and father could not teach you. Name one thing before the 9th grade that your mother and father could not have taught you. Name one thing. Name one thing that your mother and father could not taught you. Shout out to Melissa. Thank you for the super sticker. Name one thing. School is stupid. So when Donald Trump, Project 2025, he's going to oppress us. Project 2025 is not what anybody is pushing. It's not a president thing. But like I said, Donald Trump is saying he's going to get rid of the educational system. Why do we need the education system? Do you realize the education system is simply a glorified daycare center so your ass can go to work? Hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button. And I'm going to drop the link if somebody wants to come up. Let's have a party. Drop the link if you want to come up. I mean, I dropped the link so you can come up if you want to. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a little party. Let's have a little party. Because I'm sure some of y'all depend on the educational system to raise your little pookie baby, because there is no man in your home to help you raise your little pookie baby. Hey.
Man, what are you talking about today, Aaron?
Huh?
I said,
What
are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
Don't give me that smirk. Talking about we don't need school. Aaron, stop it. Stop
so
it.
You think, okay, so you think we need school?
Let me tell you what you're doing right now.
Okay.
I get your point. But what you're doing is you're being an extremist.
What you mean?
Because there are good things about school. There are.
Name one. Name them. I'm listening. Name them.
I mean, you know what? It all depends on what state you're in.
No.
No.
Name the good things about school. Go.
Well, I know kids that are leaving high school with jobs. They were leaving certified welders.
They got a job? Ooh.
Certified nurses.
Ooh.
No, listen to me. Some of these kids that have never left their city limits, ooh, that is a ooh for them.
Ooh.
They came from gangs and didn't want to be in the gang.
Okay, you said something about gangs, right? Do you think if that kid didn't go to school, they was homeschooled, would they have joined the gang? What do you think all of this pressure,
No, I'm
peer
talking
pressure
about
from
the
kids to
parents were
join
gang
gangs?
members.
Uh,
I've had,
okay. Wait,
yeah.
Cookie. We're not talking about ghetto parents who was in the gangs. We're talking about normal parents that aren't idiots. Okay. So if you want to talk about gang member parents, I don't want to talk about
No.
parents.
Well,
Okay.
okay. Well, let
I,
me, let me,
we'll, we'll,
let me.
we'll, we'll do a whole live stream tomorrow about thug parents, but tonight we're not talking about gangster parents. Okay. We're going to talk about gangster parents tomorrow, but not tonight. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I work at Title I institutions. So what that means for me is, first of all, I don't have any student debt for anybody wondering. But second, what that means for me is the kids that are in my schools are underprivileged kids, but we
Yes.
have like
Title One
STEM
school. Yeah.
programs. They're building robots and they're doing
No.
such amazing.
Hold on. I understand about building robots. I get it. I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but fuck a robot. For the
Huh?
typical child, building a goddamn robot ain't helping them do shit. Because the thing about it is, even if you wanted to build a goddamn robot, it wouldn't take 20 years to build a fucking robot. Okay? Because the thing about it is, your ass be in school for 20 years to build a fucking robot. Think about that. So hold on one second. I want to show y'all
This
something.
is why other
So,
countries are ahead of us right now in everything.
no, the reason
But go
why
ahead.
other countries are ahead of us is because we stupid as hell. Okay, so look, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of a classroom. In 1910. All right, so let me make this bigger. Pause.
My class looks nothing like that.
Okay, this is a school classroom in 1910. 1910. That looks like a college classroom in 2025. Not even an elementary school classroom. That looks like a college classroom in 2025. Am I right or am I wrong? Go ahead.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, y'all yeah, Melissa, what's up, Melissa? And everybody in the chat. Go ahead.
Good evening. I just
Hey,
want to kind of try and kind of clarify things up for this lady. I wanted to make her realize that we're thinking if everyone across the board as a whole, like the whole nation system, the educational system changed. So
now
the
the people who want to build
lifestyle
robots and shit.
so
But go ahead.
the lifestyle of like the gang members, it wouldn't just appear to like single mothers. It would be like everybody, just like in China and all them other places, the educational system where everybody would be teaching. So whatever that single mother had to teach and pass down to her child, that's what that child would just have to adapt to and become. Do you know what I mean? That is what I wanted her to realize, kind of consider like it wouldn't be so selective like how she was trying to put it, like, oh, like
They're
this
building
guy.
robots.
Do you know what? Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yes. Cookie,
Okay.
what do you think?
Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
I suppose.
Because Cookie, nobody cares about a damn robot. Kids aren't learning shit. The only thing kids are doing is fucking and going to becoming gang members, like you just said. That's all they're doing in school. There's nothing else to do in school. My mom taught me my timetables and division. Like I didn't need to go to no dumbass school.
I
School
think
is
they
stupid.
should reevaluate who they hire as teachers, but I don't think they should get rid of
No. It's
schools.
not the teachers. It's the system. School system. It's a system. Hiring a different person within the same system is still stupid. No?
No, because you don't understand that it just depends on where you are and the freedoms you
No, no,
have
no,
as
no,
an
no, no, no.
educator.
This is the problem. What you keep trying to do. Okay, women, y'all love to just make up random
Don't do
shit
that shit
in
with me.
order
Don't do
to.
that.
Can
Don't
you
do
let
it.
me finish? Can you let me finish? You're a woman, so I can do it. Stop. Women love to change things around in order to fit their narrative. You said something about, well, kids are building robots, which don't make no goddamn sense. And now you're saying if they had better teachers, schools don't pay shit. So they're not going to have better teachers. So that don't make no sense. Because if they have better teachers, they will have better pay grades for the better teachers. They don't have that. Then the
They do.
next thing,
What are you talking about? I know because I'm on one. What are you talking about?
what
There
I'm
are
saying
better pay
is,
grades for better teachers. The more
country,
you teach, the
cookie,
better you teach, the more you
cookie,
money you get.
cookie. All I'm saying
Yes.
is, can we stay with the typical teacher, typical school, typical student? You don't brought up Title One. Can you just stop all that? And that's all I'm saying. This is what women do. They try to add all this extra shit. Can we just say school, teacher, child, and then move on? Can we do that? Because that's what you keep doing. This is what women do. Well, my friends are this, or over here is this, or it don't happen to me, can we just not do that, please?
No, no, I'm
Can we
not
not do
doing
woman
that. All
shit?
I'm saying is
Yes,
I
you
feel like
are. You're doing women shit.
it depends on where the school is and who's in
No,
there.
can we? I'm asking you a question. It's a question. Can we talk about the typical child, the typical student, and the typical parent, please?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, I sure can. What
Shit.
you want to know about the typical parent?
Second, I say something about women don't go to the gym. Well, I go to the gym. Women don't fucking go to the gym. That's all I'm saying. Because that's all I'm saying. The typical person, the typical human. That's all I'm saying. So all I'm saying is, do you understand what Melissa was saying?
I not really, but I get what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Got you. So let's keep going on. Let's keep going because this conversation about the school is huge, but I want to have a conversation about the whole thing because so I'm glad y'all are up here. Melissa, you there?
Yeah, I'm right
Okay.
here.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, let's keep going. I want to stay on this school stuff, but I want to go a little farther because people in the chat are like, play the video.
President Kamala Harris.
Wait a minute, this is it? Yeah. Okay, this is it.
And reinforcing what we experienced under the oppressive conditions, the police brutality, et cetera, that we experienced under the presidency of Donald Trump. We have to continue to reinforce Project 2025 and what that's going to mean for him as a black man in the future.
And that's why I brought up schools because Donald Trump did say something about getting rid of the school system. So we just keep going on. But let's just put a pin in the school stuff because I think it's a very important conversation.
But for some reason, about once a week, we had to talk him off that ledge.
Okay, ladies, why do single mothers do this? He's 24.
I don't know. I don't believe that she should be saying shit to him. I haven't even talked to my daughter about who she's voting for. I think people should learn how to
Right.
read, but you know, your parents can teach you that, right? So I wouldn't say you learn
Yes.
that in school, but
My mom taught me how to use grammar. I'm not gonna say she taught me how to read, but I'm not gonna say she fully taught me how to read. But I can say my mom taught me how to read, my timetables and division and grammar. So yeah, my mom
sounds like
taught me how to read.
your single mom was awesome. That's what it sounded like to me.
Most women are just really possessive and obsessed with their child. Especially when
Yes.
a lot of failed relationships. So
Mhm.
that's the only thing that they really put their all into.
Is their
Especially
child.
especially they're spending so much money on them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then
They
make
buying
these
little
amazing.
Jordans and shit for which is stupid. You know, they be buying a little baby Jordans, just dumb shit. So the thing about it is, this young man is 24 years old, and she literally said, his aunt, his grandmother, and somebody else is trying to pressure him into voting for stupid ass Kamala Harris. And this is the problem I have with single mothers. And she was a single mother. She said it. And this is the reason why we need to get these children away from these women. And overall, the beautiful part, and you'll find out, is the boy does not live with his goddamn woman. He lives with his father, and which is so beautiful, so beautiful. But y'all got anything else before we keep going?
No.
But that goes to demonstrate, look how the possessive a woman can be, because she's
Yeah,
not even in the same household.
she's not even in the same household, and she's still talking. Exactly, exactly,
Amazing.
exactly. And you already know she's probably like, "You're over there brainwashing our son. You are, you know what I'm saying? You're hurting our son. You're brainwashing him." I bet she's saying that shit to her baby daddy. Shout out
But
to Culture Club.
shouldn't
Hold on,
men
hold on.
now respect women's love in a highly more manner now? Mm.
Do what?
Shouldn't
What?
men, because of that reason, because we could see how loyal and committed and how dedicated we can be to loving you guys. Shouldn't men start trying to be a little bit respect our love on a different manner?
No, you're dedicated to your narrative, not love. Women mistake their love and all this nurturing shit with narrative. Women enjoy following a narrative that makes them feel good. It's like looking at a post by some woman pandering dude. You know the dude is lying, but it feels good. And you like the narrative that he's pushing, and you start following that person because he makes you feel good. Women follow things and people that make them feel good. So it's not love in most cases, it's a narrative that makes you feel good. And you have to understand the difference between love and a feel good narrative. You can be with a guy that is amazing, and he makes you feel good, but he has a whole wife.
Hmm.
You're going to defend
Don't want to.
that relationship, and you're going to say he's about to leave his wife and I love him and he loves me and we're going to go off. And no, you know he not, and you know he ain't. But it makes you feel good when he says, "Oh yeah, my wife is trash. I hate my wife, and if I can leave her, I will be with you." You know damn well that ain't gonna happen. It's a narrative that makes you feel good. Let me read the super chat real quick, and I'll get to you. Shout out to Culture Club USA. The DOE should be abolished because Department of Education should be abolished because centralization of the education system is communist. Hopefully, Trump gets the job done. Die Brava. I don't know what Die Brava means, but
The Brava.
class. Oh, school is schools are indoctrination camps. But go ahead, Melissa.
I mean, I didn't want to really, we didn't want to get off the point because when it comes to the relationship where we're promising, with the guy promising me, I kind of secretly, I wanted to kind of add to it as well. I know a lot of women might be mad with me on this, but I was gonna say secretly kind of don't want it to him to turn around and commit to us. We kind of want to keep that narrative going, that storyline going, because we get the best of both worlds in some cases
Yes.
as well. But
Yes.
that again, that is for those who you're kind of trying to say like there's hardly any guy who can really, really love a female properly. I'm sure there's maybe like 1% of a guy who really can love
I didn't say
properly.
that. I just say women mistake love for the feel good narrative, a narrative that makes her feel good. Love is in all
No,
of
we
us.
do, because we do kind of have to, we feel like we have to settle, which I was just listening to a podcast as well saying that's what the pressure really is about, is listening to all the
Settling for what?
commercials. There's pressure for females reaching a certain age. For they say that, oh, you're no good because you've reached
Well, if
this
you're
age.
reaching a certain age, isn't the man settling?
No, because he guys, no, because you guys are always You guys are always, like loving something, you
No,
like
no, no,
something.
no, no. You said
Oh,
women have to settle because they're going up in age. If you're going up in age, most likely the guy is settling and not the woman.
but
If
mostly
in
like
that context.
pressure as well from society and the, people from around them makes them feel like they're not so good. Not to say that they really are deteriorating. You know what I mean? Like they're not really that bad. There's some strong older
Okay, let
women.
me ask you this. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this. What's your favorite car? What's the car you always wanted?
Audi TT.
Okay. If there was an Audi TT, you looked it up online, right? And it
Yeah.
was an Audi TT for a great price, right? And you're like, all right, I need about a good year and a half to get my credit together. Da, da, da. Say your credit is just trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years later, that
Two.
same Audi TT is
Mm-hmm.
still available for the same price. Would you
Mm-hmm.
want that Audi TT?
Yes,
Okay.
because I never got it.
Would you want that one though? The one that been sitting on the dealership for 2 years and nobody wanted? Or would you want you can want the same Audi, you can want an Audi TT, but would you want that one Audi TT that you seen 2 years ago and you're like, oh damn, it's still available 2 years later?
Yeah, I just still would love to have that experience of how to drive it, regardless.
Would you
And
want
not to say
that
I
one though? Or would you I'm okay, you want an Audi.
choose to have a different one. Yes, a brand new one.
That's my
Yes, if
question.
it's a
That's my
choice.
question. That's my question.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. So
I get a fresher one.
to a certain degree, when men see women that nobody seems to want, we're almost stupid to actually be with that woman that nobody else wanted. I'm not saying that's a fact, but that is a variable. Because as an example,
And
That's an
as
why?
an
assumption. That's not a
And
as an
why?
fact.
example,
It's an
it's a
And why
assumption.
variable.
that though?
It's a
But no,
it's
no,
a
not to say that.
variable.
Not to say that.
Hold on. Hold on. Y'all can't speak for men, okay? It's a variable, not an assumption, okay? So it's one of the things that we consider before committing to a woman.
I was just
Why did
using
nobody else
proper
want it?
grammar. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's a
Mm,
variable that we consider. It's a variable and not an assumption because a variable can be an assumption. So a variable is the proper word, not an assumption, because we don't care. We are just looking at things for what they are. So it's a variable. But go ahead, Melissa. I just wanted to make sure. Because the thing about it is, you're not going to want that particular Audi TT because nobody else wanted it. And you're like, something may be wrong with it. Why is it still on that at that dealership 2 years later? That's kind of weird.
right, but
That's
this
all.
that but the see the same exact point that you made, exact point that I was using to say this is why I wouldn't what is it? I wouldn't be so committed to men like that. That's what we was talking about, right? At first.
No, we were talking about. Go ahead, Cookie. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to be smart again. It's an assumptive variable. You wouldn't say car red. It's red car. So you would always say assumptive first, sir. Grammar.
It's a variable. I don't have to say an assumptive part of that because it's a variable. It can be a variable without it being an assumptive
Boy, if
variable.
you're saying that woman's not wanted, you're making an assumption. You assume nobody want her.
She's not, nobody wants her. What are you talking about? If somebody wanted, just like the car, if somebody wanted the goddamn car, they will buy the fucking car. The car's still sitting there. Nobody wants the damn car. What are you talking about?
Boy, stop it. You mad because your grammar wrong. Go ahead, Melissa. Sorry.
No, 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 no. Because what my thing is that every time in a relationship, every relationship, everyone talks about a guy is cheating on a woman that they never believed that he would have. So I just boil it down to like men. Men would just dip and dabble in anything. I don't think anything is out of his reach, regardless to wherever that we may see that woman being, that man sees her maybe sitting down on a throne somewhere, just marinating and seasoning. You know what I mean? So like I'm listening. I'm all ears because
Yes,
at the end
girl.
of the day, whatever
Yes.
happens to
So look,
me is what
I
I have to deal with.
I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
you still got to look at the variable of years of nobody wanting you. You know what I'm saying? So
Of her
the
sitting
thing
on her
about it is,
throne, sir.
it's y'all aren't sitting on your throne. Y'all want somebody to want y'all, but for whatever reason,
Yes.
and this is me agreeing with Cookie, for whatever reason, you're still single. So it could be, well, part of it is okay. Let me just put like this. In most cases, the person that we want, male or female, don't want us, and the person that we want, they're still single because the person that they want don't want them. So I'll say that again for the people in the back. The reason why the majority of us are single is because the person that we want does not want us, and the person that we want wants somebody else that doesn't want them. And we have somebody that wants us and we don't want them for the reason why we're chasing the person that we don't want. I mean, that don't want us. So sometimes the dust settles and we all end up, being in unison with the person, or we actually go after a person that we feel equally yoked with. So when it comes, because the conversation kind of like stopped from the video because you brought up settling, and I just wanted to add clarity to settling. Men usually settle, women settle too, but in most cases, men settle because us settling is actually getting in a relationship with
Yeah, I
anybody.
was about to say men settling is actually them not being
Getting in a
whores.
relationship. Right. So the difference, so thank you for saying that, Cookie. So women settle when they get with a dude that she doesn't want, but she has to be with him because nobody else wants her. But we settle when we actually get in a relationship, because that's what settling down means. It's for men to say. Women don't settle down. Men settle down. Women get chosen because we don't want to ever settle down. We just end up just picking a woman because we just tired of spending money, spending resources, dealing with stupid ass women, something like that. But a typical man with options, he doesn't want to be with one woman. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't want to be with one woman. No man who's in a relationship wants to be with that one woman. He kind of has to, and that's what the settling is. He's settling for that one woman because when you're single, you could be with multiple women. So men are the ones that settle. But go ahead, Cook. You about to say something?
I agree 100% with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense for a man with options that can just go run through all these chicks to just be with one of these chicks. You know what I mean? Then she's just going to be, because I want y'all to think about this. Let me put myself on the big screen just for a second. I'll come right back. To the ladies who like, why don't men just want to be with one woman? It's kind of like a wig wearer only wearing one wig. It just doesn't make any sense. You're never going to find a wig wearer that just wears one wig and doesn't wear other wigs. Because the whole point of being a wig wearer is to wear different hairstyles. So why the hell would a wig wearer just want to wear one wig? It beats the purpose of being a wig wearer. You might as well wear your own natural hair. So the same thing with a guy. Why would a guy with options just be with one woman? He'll end up doing it because women are extremely annoying. So me personally, I would rather just be annoyed by one woman than all these goddamn women. Then I got to deal with some woman trying to steal my money or just do all kinds of, they get on social media like, he's a narcissist. Just all this shit, try to, Neo's baby mama or some girl, she was in his house, talking about, look at Diddy Jr. Look, tell him Diddy Jr. So, you got to deal with all this stupid shit, but that sometimes happens when you get with the one woman, because women are just nuts.
End up on Tasha K.
Yeah, you end up on Tasha K talking about you Diddy Jr. because you deal with all these cockamamie nutso ass women. But it looked like the example I used was a woman that Neo chose. So they still can be stupid when you get with them. So that's what I'm saying. Women are nuts. So it just makes more sense to just stick and move, because in my life, I've been single for a very long time. I was in a relationship for a short period of time, but I'm not even going to say that because it didn't even last a year. But I would not be who I am if I was in a long-term relationship. She would have ruined something in my life or caused some type of chaos in my life that would probably cause me to get off social media or just embarrass me or some old stupid shit. So yeah, or something misery, something. So yeah. So I just wanted to let y'all know, like, we don't be wanting to be with y'all because y'all just have no understanding the heightened level of misery that we have to absorb when we are with y'all. Because what y'all don't realize is, because I know when women be going through shit, women always be going through shit. Always. And I'd be like, yo, to imagine that woman being in my house always going through shit. Women always be going through shit. Go ahead, Melissa. This is crazy.
No. I want to hear you because no, you're right. I do have to say, I mean, I'm very nervous to say this out loud, is that I
Good.
do sympathize. Ever since I was young, I've always sympathized with men and boys, because I've noticed from young, you guys have always been silenced. You guys always had to keep quiet. You had to always, tamper down your emotions. And even if you did express yourself, it was never really considered or acknowledged or really respected.
It's
It was just,
demonized. I
yeah, it
can't
was just
say
dismissed. It was always
I don't
dismissed.
like. I can't say on social media that I don't like Kamala Harris without thousands of women calling me a narcissist, a misogynist. I hate women. I hate black people. I'm supremacist. And it's always women. So it's just, we're demonized for everything that comes out of our mouth. It's crazy. We can't have a goddamn opinion.
You forgot a
Yeah,
coon.
but you've been pretty solid though over the past, I could say maybe 5 or 4 years that I've been seeing
Mhm.
you about it. So I
Thank
think
you.
that's really nice. Yeah. So
But
you're
am I
successful because
considered?
you're doing it. You're doing it.
But
But
Melissa,
but
am
honestly,
I
yeah.
considered an asshole though? Yes or no?
No. Well, why would I
I'm
say that?
somewhat
I
considered
Melissa,
an
don't lie to
asshole.
this man.
Is that a
Don't lie
trick?
to
Of
Right.
him.
course not. Of course not.
Melissa is being Britishly
Melissa,
proper.
stop it. I'm considered an asshole. And that's
Like,
part of the reason why I've been able to survive all these years having my own thoughts. Because the average person would be like, oh, I'm losing followers. I lost a whole Instagram page. Oh, I'm losing money. I remember when I first came out with my Deep Discussions card game.
mhm.
Keita Rose, shout out to Keita. Keita from tonight's conversation. And this ain't nothing bad about her, but she just said this in a group chat one time. I did a video and I said single mothers blah blah blah, right? And she was like, uh-oh, there goes all of your sales. And I had just came out with my Deep Discussions card game. I was like, Keita, when women hate me, men love me. When men hate me, women love me. I have two sides of demographic. So I could say what the hell I want to say because one gender is going to always be on my side when I say it. And
Hello.
and she was just like, damn, I never thought about that.
Shame on her. Shame on her. And that's what I was about to say. Honesty is the best policy no matter where you go and what you say. And you're always, you're not
Honest.
over. everybody's never on the same page, and that's what life is always about. And that's
Yes.
the joy about life, is that we're going to have challenges and people challenging us and be able to prove them wrong,
Yes.
and be able to
No,
convince them.
no, 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 no,
And
no, 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 no. I don't
okay,
prove nobody wrong, and I don't convince nobody of nothing because I don't care. So that's your opinion, but that's not me. I don't want to prove nobody wrong. Just like some folks are Kamala Harris fans. I don't
yeah,
care. I just think something's wrong with them, but they could do what they want to do because I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to prove nobody wrong or trying to get somebody to vote for Trump. I don't care.
well,
I just
I can take that
I'm just
out though. But
yeah,
you
I'm
know
just
what I'm
voicing my
saying?
opinion.
Just
Go ahead.
the gist of it is like, basically, it's just life has its not everybody being the same is really kind of like the pleasure, the little pleasure or the
Yes,
of life, and that's what
yes.
really, no one ever is gonna be on the same page. So you
Mhm.
can't really worry about pleasing and saying the correct thing and be,
Yes.
correct
It's
in
kind of
someone's
like
life. Being
it's
correct
kind of
in your
like
own life is correct enough.
it's kind of like music, Melissa.
Right? Yeah.
It's
And it's
harmony.
always nice, yeah, and it's always nice because you're saying exactly the same thing but in a different way. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's always so nice to even just hear how you have the same opinion but in a different way. It's a little edgier or it's a little bit more stronger. And sometimes
Yeah.
it's very encouraging because then it helps me now to be like, what, maybe I should come out and say something to someone for real, let
Sure. Yeah.
know. Huh? Yeah.
I love it because the thing about it is with music, there's a blunt, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, right? Then
Drum and
there's some flutes,
yeah.
and then there's
Kenny
a tenor
G.
like.
The
So all
saxophone,
of these sounds come
and flute,
together and make music. But
beautiful sounds.
but the
Yeah.
number one thing you need is the bruh, 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 or boo, boo, boo. You need the blunt bass or the beat to make it music. And
Right.
Everybody, this is why we
I'm the
need
beat.
school right there. Did you hear Aaron impersonating instruments just now? If not for any other reason, keep school
What? I'm
for
just saying,
music
like,
class. That was horrible, Aaron.
first of
Horrible.
all, I didn't need music class. It was trash. It was stupid. And like I remember music class. And yes, music class
Did y'all
was
have to
stupid.
pay those stupid recorders? Do you know what I'm talking about? That little flute thing. Do you
All that stuff. I'm just
the little
saying.
piper pipe? Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember. I took music class. I remember. I was like, yo, this is so stupid. Hold on, let me read the super chat. Culture Club USA, thank you so much for another super chat. You are hilarious. You have a new fan, and I am a girl. Every now and then, the algorithm actually works. Great show. D Brava. What is D Brava? That's a thing. What's D Brava?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, well, Cookie, you know what it was? You said something about it.
The Brava is like
Bravo.
yeah, like nice, like
Oh,
yeah.
oh, gotcha. Okay. Bravo, the bravo to you
But it's
to
the
Culture
feminine.
Club. Huh?
It's
Oh, it's a
feminine.
feminine way of saying bravo. Ah, got it,
It's
got it, got
the
it. I love it. I
Brava.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Cookie, don't embarrass us now, but just out of curiosity, what's your highest level of education?
Oh, I have a
Oh,
master's.
she's an astronaut.
I have a
What?
master's in athletic and sports administration, so I'm really into sports. That's
Congratulations.
another reason why I'm like, we need the schools so the schools can play against each other. Don't get rid of the schools, please. That's how kids
So I
like
want
play
you to think about
sports.
that. That's the only reason why we need schools so we can play it against each other. Do you just agree with me?
Everybody knows that I teach so I can coach. Anybody knows me that knows me.
I get it. So you think school is stupid. You just can't say it because you're a teacher. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
Exactly. Because I want to question you because exactly, I was trying to hear and I couldn't quite feel you being passionate about school. You're just kind of lamely saying, "Yeah, let's go to school. Please give
Right.
me a A, give me a C."
Because it
It's
pays
really
her
like, oh,
bills.
Yeah, like we need the children out of schedule because school, schooling is teaching them scheduling or anything like that. It's like,
I got
no.
to get a paycheck.
No, seriously though, y'all. Honestly, I ran across a kid that I taught not too long ago, and he was getting ready to go off to college. And it just depends. I think it depends on the people, because he told me I changed his life, and I'm not trying to toot my
Mm,
horn, because his parents weren't. They were immigrants, and they just got their citizenship, and they spoke no English, and they had to learn English and do all that. But he
Did
came in.
Kamala Harris let him in?
Oh no, that was George Bush,
Oh, okay.
so Junior. So that was the year they got in. But yeah, so he told me I changed his life. And a lot
Mhm.
of my kids went, like, during graduation, they're like, pick your favorite teacher. And I have like photo shoots with like 10, 20, 30, 40 kids a year, because they're like, yo, Miss Jackson changed my life. But, I don't teach history like they want us to. And that's what I was saying. Maybe they need to change the type of people. I teach history where they understand the future and how history can be repeated and how we don't want
History,
it to be.
history is stupid. What's up, Magnum ICU? History is stupid. Because I want you to think about this. If school was actually meant to help kids, wouldn't we have future class and not history class? What
Oh,
kind
we
of
do.
dumb
That's
shit
what
is that?
we do, but they just call it economics.
Miss Cookie,
Uh-huh.
can you see it this way? This guy, you see the guy, he's an immigrant and he just had an opportunity. The government gave him an opportunity so that they can educate him and train him to suit them, to help him get a job and fit into their
Their
system.
system.
That's why he had the opportunities. That's the only
Mhm.
opportunity he was given, is the only so he could be fitting. It's only like if you had an internship to go to China, a school college internships, you know what I mean? They give you everything as accommodations and whatnot, supposedly, right, in
Uh-huh.
a perfect world. And that's the only what the US system really does over here with all the jobs them and stuff. But if he wanted to probably get himself like just a farm and like maybe a piece of land and just start like planting and everything, they're not gonna help him to do that. Or if he just came over here to just get a
Well,
car, they
but
wouldn't just
you know
help
what,
him.
Melissa, I hate to cut you off, but we do have an agriculture school at my school. That's what I'm saying. It depends on where you are. I live in Texas.
Oh,
Mm.
oh,
So
oh,
we have cows,
yeah.
crops. They teach them all of that. If you want to go into farming after school, they have that here.
And you could shoot, right? And hunt
Yeah,
and
we have archery, we have
even
gun
bows and
class, like
arrows,
they putting together
fencing.
bullets, like, and you know what
Uh,
I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
But I want
okay.
y'all to think about that. That is not school. That
Mm,
is class. Taking a gun
No,
class,
yeah,
an
yeah,
art
yeah,
class,
yeah.
that's different than
That's
school.
extracurricular. It is.
Right. So school is when you go somewhere every day and you don't learn shit. So and the reason why you're there is so your parents can go to work. That is what school is. You could take a class online. So I'm not saying education is bad. I said school is bad.
Oh, I know. I just be messing with you.
Yeah, school is stupid,
You
not
know I do
education.
that already anyway.
Yeah, because I'm educated. I read a whole bunch of neurology books. Can't nobody beat me in a neurology debate. Like literally. Like
That's how I
I
am about history.
yeah, so I'm educated in neurology and biology, but I didn't go to school for the shit because school is stupid. That's my whole point. Let's get back to this video, y'all.
quickly before. Oh, never mind.
Yes, go ahead.
No, no, no. Yeah, because school also kind of represents, not represents, but imitates like prison cells. That's all. Why another reason why I
Yes,
don't like schooling.
yes. It's a prison, I mean, school prison pipeline. I've been in a number of prisons because I used to speak in prisons. I used to talk to the prisoners.
Mhm.
And I
The
spent,
books enclosures, right?
yes, I spent days in prison. I literally spent a good 10 hours in a prison in a day. So I've been to plenty prisons and I spent a lot of time. You know how it ain't like, oh wow, this is a prison. No, I mean we playing spades We playing dominoes. We going to lunch together. I
Yeah.
literally wanted to
Wow,
spend the
that's
whole day because I was doing different classes and I got so cool with everybody where I would go to lunch with them. The lunchroom literally looks like middle school. The trays are yellow, just like in school. Everything in a prison looks exactly like a school. Everything except for they even call I don't know if y'all notice, they even call the jail cells dorms. Did y'all know that?
Cards. Wow.
They even call the jail. It's either the floors of the jail cells dorms or the jail cell itself, because they'll be like, "Which dorm are you in?" Dormitory. So
Wow.
yes,
Oh, there would
I
be
agree.
buildings like the wings. Yeah.
Yeah. So is a wing of the prison. So yeah.
But it's
I'm not sure what's going on with our young black man. He grew up in a very privileged household. He has had all of his needs met, and maybe because he hasn't had to go a day without health care, he hasn't had to go a day without food and his basic necessities. If his human rights or his educational rights or whatever rights that he is entitled to has ever been breached, we have always been there to advocate for him. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe that privileged life that he has experienced of a young black man.
Now hear her saying privileged life, right? Listen to how it's not privileged.
Has somehow aligned with Donald Trump's privilege. And somehow he sees himself more in him than he does Vice President Kamala Harris. But
that makes a lot of sense, right? I see more of Donald Trump in me than, than Kamala Harris, because I'm not stupid. Donald Trump is an entrepreneur. Donald Trump would love to cheat on their taxes, looking for tax loopholes. I'm into that, not cheating, but looking for loopholes. He brags about not paying taxes. I would love to be able to do that. He says whatever he wants to say, and he tells everybody to kiss his ass. He grabs women in the pussy. I do that too. I eat ass. So
okay. Sorry. Mr.
What?
Lego,
Oh,
before
sorry,
you
sorry,
get
sorry.
canceled, before you please, I just
What?
wanted to say
Uh-huh.
this is the prime example of when a woman speaks purely out of emotions instead of just being like, being proper or correct. This is where they
Mhm.
need to take their time and talk, especially with things like so serious like this or want to be taken seriously. You ladies, you can't just talk and like tell everybody, oh, this is why we need to vote because pure and simply she's a woman. We can't make it
Right,
seem so superficial, be so
right.
and so small-minded. We have to make it more deeper, exact same way like Mr. Lego just wanted to go and explain about grabbing this and what he likes to do and take it to the next personal level. This is how we need to get deep with when we're talking about the reason why we want a woman there, because we want a woman to demonstrate how we can delegate power, how we can also multitask, you know what I mean, if whatever reasons. Me personally, I don't even want to kind of be a devil's advocate because I'm not too such a straight believer in females because we're so emotionally imbalanced, okay? Especially when that time of month come. I don't know how we're
Yeah.
gonna take it. But
Can
I
you
don't want to
imagine
go
if
I
Cannot
don't want to
President?
take
please say
nothing away
something.
from her. I don't want to take
Hold on,
nothing away from how we need to demonstrate and how we need to fix up how we our mouths and talk proper though.
hold on. I just want to say this one thing. I know Cookie, you about to say something. Do you actually want the president of the United States being on their period, sitting in front of Putin about going to war, and she's irritable and she's in
I'm pretty
pain?
sure she's menopausal, but
Looking at her neck, yes, but she used to be a hoe, so hoes usually don't get menopause.
boy, shut up. Let me tell you something and save you real quick. This is a
But if you used to be a
disclaimer.
whore,
Wait a minute.
you
Hold
go in
on. For
menopause late. Go ahead.
for a disclaimer on Mr. Let Go's channel, I want to confirm that Mr. Let Go gets permission before grabbing women by the pussy.
Yes.
Okay.
But
But
Donald
isn't
Trump did too. Donald Trump just said he didn't do it. He just said you got to do it. He didn't do anything crazy either. He didn't do no P Diddy stuff.
I'm not saying that he did. I'm helping here for
Okay.
you. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Mr. Let Go, Aaron
Right. Mm. Yes.
Mallory
Right.
gets
I get permission.
permission. Yes.
I don't think I don't know how, but I don't think you can lick a woman's butt without getting her permission. So yeah, it's self-explanatory. So that's why I said it, because I think
It was the grabbing part that
the
sounded
grab.
kind of
Okay,
crazy.
got
Yeah.
Okay, like that's a lot.
That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, I was just like, okay, that's a lot. Like, why would you, not get permission to do all this stuff? Okay, but yeah, I get you saying, I get what you're saying. But hold on, there's a video I'm looking for. Y'all got something to say while I'm looking for this video? Because every time I get ready to play a video, y'all wait. So y'all got something to say while I'm looking for this video?
Nah, well, yeah. I guess I just being that I work in a small town in a school district that is got one high school in the city.
Y'all
I
don't have
feel
nothing
like
else to do but go to school.
nah, it's not that. I feel like there's so much that I want to say. I want to start first with the parents while you look for the video. There's a lot of people that don't want their kids at home. Let me put it that
Right. Single mothers. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. This is the reason. See, I'm glad you brought that up. And I don't want to
Yeah.
interrupt y'all. I just got to say this. These are the two reasons why women want this woman to be president. One, so they can keep their little big-headed ass kids at school and away from them because they don't like their children. And two, so they can delete them before they get here. Both reasons. Oh, and a third reason is all the gay shit. So all three reasons why they want to vote for this woman is anti-children stuff: the gay shit, the abortion shit, and the keep these little big head kids in the school. They don't like children. Go ahead.
Either they're single moms, or
Yeah.
when you have the parent conference, you have the dad there and he a beta and he don't say nothing.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, sir. And she's like, and I'm just, sir.
Mhm.
Like, this is your
Dysfunctional
son.
woman. Yes.
Like,
Dysfunctional women are the ones that are trying to vote for this woman. And I'm scared because it's a lot of dysfunctional women out there. There's a lot of single mothers. 80% of Black women and white women, I think. I don't know about white women, but 80% of Black women are single mothers. So hopefully they all won't vote because they probably don't have enough sense to vote. So hopefully single mothers won't be voting because a lot of single mothers don't have a lot of sense to actually go out and vote, and some of them be fat, so they're too lazy to do anything, let alone vote. So I don't think I've ever seen a fat woman vote, but that's a different story.
the
quickly,
second thing,
I don't think fat women vote.
any of these
the,
parents, everybody living with children are going to be recruited to the army.
I don't know. I think that
Women don't care.
the second
They
thing that
just
I
want
was gonna
abortions.
the second thing that I was gonna say is I do think it depends on where you are, if your child is getting educated or not, because I have been to and seen other, because I'm in like teacher groups on Facebook, and some of the things that they talk about are horror stories. I'm like, where do y'all live? And they're like, oh, New York. Or where do you teach? Oh, I teach in Jersey, or I teach here and here. And pu- public schools in those big mega cities, the thing that I would say is, if Kamala wins and you're worried about the school system, move to the suburbs. If you want your kids to get educated, just move to the suburbs, because that's where I teach, in a middle class suburb.
I thought you said you worked at a Title I school though.
Title
That's a
One has
ghetto
to do
school.
with income. Sorry, hold
That's a
on.
ghetto school, right? Title I is the ghetto, no?
I'm sorry, I had to stop the beeping. My door was open.
Okay.
Title
How
one,
old are you?
Title one goes on the income, average household income. Plus, we're a magnet school. So what that
Wait,
means is
what's the ghetto school? Title II?
no. Well, it ain't necessarily ghetto. It all depends on the income.
Poverty level. Which is the poverty level school?
It's Title one,
Yeah, that's ghetto schools.
but they go on the average. So they
The average
average it
person is
out.
ghetto that goes to
Yeah,
that school.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Title I schools are single mother schools.
so what I'm saying is the kids where I am are lucky. It is a Title One school, but it is on the edge of the suburbs, and
Yeah.
there are some kids there with bread. You
But
got, let me
look,
tell you this: you got broke down trucks pulling up, and then you got those Tesla trucks pulling up at the same school where I work. If that
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah. But let me get back to this video because the game about to come on at 8:30. So I want to Rams playing tonight. So hold on.
But more importantly, not more importantly, but what really keeps me up at night is that as a Black woman, I have always made it a priority to show him the strength of a Black woman. I started out as a single mother with him.
Women sound so dumb when they say that. The strength of the Black woman. Show him the
But
strength of
what
the.
does she mean?
Why does anybody want to show a man the strength of the Black woman? That is just so stupid. What does that mean?
I don't understand. Yeah, I didn't understand. I had
You
a
want to
daughter.
show a man the strength of a Black woman. Why?
¿Por qué?
Huh?
I said for what in Spanish?
I
¿Por
think it's
qué?
to stand up for all the abused women out there in the world. Mr. Let
But
Go.
what does that have to do with a young man wanting to vote? Why do we
being
need to see
sarcastic, Mr.
on?
Lego.
He knows not to mess with us because we're gonna come back 10 times harder and in a
Oh, the angry Black woman. So she's like, I want to show my son an angry Black woman. Okay, no, I get it. Y'all make sense. That makes sense.
I went to law school with him. His first day of kindergarten was my first day of law school. So he witnessed me struggle through law.
See, he witnessed me struggle. What does that have to do with anything? But
He was
listen,
that little. He
hold on. Listen to my answer here. I go off on this woman.
School. He witnessed me even after I graduated, started making salaries.
All right, we're gonna stop it right there.
Sounds like
We're gonna stop it. Okay,
Whoa.
okay, ladies first.
Whoa!
Ladies first. And Deja, listen, I'm with you, right? We're gonna have to rumble on this one.
And he's not with her, he's just on with her, so she won't be the only person. So he's with me, but he's with her in order for it to be even.
To get this win off.
To what the woman said in the video, because there's two parts to this. She's married, but she grew up. She I don't know how old the child was, but she said that her child didn't really want for nothing because So it sounds like he grew up in a middle class family. So when you sit back and just look at who he actually can relate with, and remember, Kamala always says I grew up in a middle class family. So it would actually be Kamala Harris because he grew up in a middle class family, just like Kamala Harris did. So for him to actually vote against somebody that he can possibly relate with, there must be something else there. Yep, that goes to my second point. There's two sides. There's a dichotomy. He probably wasn't always in a middle class family because she said that she was a single mother before she got married. So, and she said that she struggled. So they were most likely in poverty before they were middle class. So there are two different sides of this young man's life. And the fact that he lives with his father and not his mother tells virtually everything I need to know and who he's voting for about this young man. He most likely did not like living under his mom's roof for the main reason where none of us liked living under our mom's roof. Most of us would have loved to live with our father instead. Look at a woman and look at a woman instead of our mothers, male and female. I've been coaching women for the last 7 years. And the number one thing that I learned from years of coaching different women, different walks of life, different races, different ethnicities, is that most women, white, black, not just black, have tumultuous relationships with their mother. That is a fact. So,
That's not a fact. That's not a fact.
with all that being said, so before we keep going, do y'all agree or do y'all not agree with that statement? Most black women and white women.
She got hit with a ton of bricks.
I can't agree or disagree. I just know every time I've been watching, I've been watching you for years and been on your show on and off. I don't know because I can't relate, but I can tell you this: every time I hear that, it just makes my heart sink. Like that you've come across women that actually can't stand their mama. Like what?
Most women can't stand their mama, or their mama can't
That
stand
is
them.
insane to me.
Yes. But
That makes me so sad. But yeah, I
Cookie,
digress.
guess what though? Guess what?
What?
I came up with a solution that will help.
Commercial time.
I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. And real quick, y'all have 3 more days until the card games actually get here. So that means to the people who've already pre-ordered, you're about to get your card game next week. But the second thing is most important. To the people who have not bought, you have 3 days to be able to purchase this card game for $62. Because once Monday hits, Sunday night, I would say, when I get these cards, most likely Monday morning, the second I get these card games, the price is going to be $200, $199. And don't think I ain't going to be able to sell all these goddamn card games for $199. I promise you I am. So they're going to be $199 as of Monday. So if you want your card game at a discount, make sure to get your card game. Get it for somebody else. Even if your mom ain't around, you whatever, get it for somebody that you care about for $62, because come Monday, you're going to be mad because now you're going to have to pay $199. So it's up to you. But you got 3 days. Get your card game. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
I ain't paying no damn $199.
Huh?
That's
Lego,
how you
I
say
wanted
that.
to know, how are you going to make sure that once you take out eradicate the education system, to make sure that the children are being educated?
What?
They don't know.
How would
Where's the monitoring
you
system?
Yeah,
Why
what
do we need a
system are you
monitoring
using?
system? Is your child? See, that's the problem with uh black people.
No, these same people you complaining
Common sense
about,
is not common.
these
Y'all,
bum
y'all
ass
need
mamas.
y'all want somebody to monitor y'all because y'all know how lazy as fuck y'all are. Because I want you to think about your question.
My daughter
Who
grown.
is going to monitor the child getting the education that they need? They're not getting the education they need when they go to school. What are you talking about? And who gives a shit if the child don't get an education? That's between the child and the parent. I don't know.
Oh
Lock the parent up if
Lord.
they don't pass the test. I don't give a damn.
But at least 50% of the neighborhood is gonna get a job.
Huh?
She facts. That's facts. Some kids gonna be at work. Some little bitty
Okay.
kids. It's
What?
gonna turn back into the 50s.
Okay. What's wrong with little kids getting jobs? I had a job when I was 11. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Back in my day, when I was
Not that long ago.
back in my day,
Back in my day.
Hey, how are
back in
you?
my day, I literally used to walk before I had a bike. I walked and I rode a bike. I walked
How
from
far?
it. It had to be probably about 20 miles.
Bruh.
We're kids. That ain't nothing.
I was about to say you sound
Kids
like
walk.
somebody grandpa, but yeah.
I want y'all to think about it. A 9-year-old probably walks 20 miles just running around the house. That ain't nothing. So that ain't
And we didn't
nothing.
have no traffic lights like that, remember? Wait.
They didn't even have car seats. I'm not shocked. I am not shocked. Keep going,
He
Mr.
didn't
Lake.
say traffic lights. But look, for real though,
You did it.
I walk, me and my friends, we would literally cross the expressway. We would literally run across the expressway, the north and then the south.
It's just that's horrible.
I'm dead ass serious. I wish I could
Horrible though.
I would love to just you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm a vlog. I'm
No,
glad
you
we talked
don't
about
do
this.
that. You ain't got the
I-
Don't
same
forget,
legs.
and don't forget you had the phone booths. Mm-hmm.
we had phone booths, yeah, but I'm a vlog. It's getting cold, so it ain't gonna be too hot. I'm gonna walk from my old apartment to the Piggly Wiggly and show y'all how far. And I'm gonna make a live stream out of it. It's probably gonna it might take 3 hours. It might take about 3 hours to get there. But
Whoa.
yeah, so we used to walk and ride our bikes. When I had a bike, I did. When I walked, I did. We walked from my house to the Piggly Wiggly up, in a plaza, and we would literally, I'm not lying, we literally would stand outside the Piggly Wiggly. Back then, some are like this too. You ever seen yellow poles outside of a grocery store where you can't take your cart outside of the poles? Y'all seen yellow poles?
Yep.
Okay, the
We
yellow
still have
poles are
Wait, say
there,
it again?
in
huh?
the supermarket.
Supermarket. It'd be yellow
Okay.
poles in front of the supermarket, so you can't take your buggy out to the parking lot.
Side of the
No, where y'all
supermarket,
grow
dog.
up in the
Like
concrete
around.
jungle?
Yeah.
I
It's
Yeah,
still
always
it's
there.
have been
in
able
the
to
hood.
push the buggy to the
Still there
car, but
in
go
Brooklyn,
ahead.
on Church Avenue and
So
everywhere.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. So because this was a thing where you can't roll your buggy out to your car, you literally would have to carry all of your groceries to your car yourself. So we would just go up there and just hang out and wait for women to come out and with a bunch of groceries, and we'll just say, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you need help carrying your stuff to the car?" "Oh, sure." And they'll give us $1. It wasn't a lot, some change, probably $5 every now and then or whatever. And that would be our jobs. And we would walk up there every day because one, we would steal transformers from the way we okay, here's the thing. The way we ran across this problem is because we would walk up there to steal transformers from the Kmart. Okay. So as I'm standing outside being not lookout, but just waiting because I don't stole my shit. Now I'm waiting on my homeboy to come out because you can't walk out the store at the same time. You kind of walk, So I'm standing around and I would look down at the Piggly Wiggly and just see women just in a frustrated manner carry their stuff all the way to their car. And I was like, and I just went down there and said, ma'am, do you need help? And she was like, sure. And I carried the stuff and she gave me, I don't know, $1 or something like that. And when my friends got out of the store, I was like, yo, I got a job for us. And that was my first job at 11 years old.
But
and
you know,
I
like
did that.
10 years later, when children your age started doing that, they started stealing the grocery bags and stuff like that from the people. You know what I mean? It got worse. Time got worse. People took
Man.
everyone's kindness and all these kind gestures that you guys would do, and they turned it around and they became evil with it. Honest to God, I
Yeah,
always
you know
think it.
why? You know why? The reason why it did not happen back then is because no young person was on drugs. All the old people was on drugs back then because drugs were somewhat new. So there was no young person on crack or drugs or weed and none of that shit. It was
And
only
they,
grown people. But now that does happen because now young people are on drugs. But back when I was young, there were no young people on drugs. I never seen a young person on drugs. And of course, I'm around a whole bunch of young people because I'm a kid. So I never seen a young person on drugs until I was like probably 18 or something like that. But at the end of the day, no,
You sure about that?
no, that didn't happen back then. And another cool thing we tried to do, it didn't work though. We would try to get up enough money. It was one time, it was like me and two of my homeboys, we got together $20 because we were just up there all day, right? And
That was a lot back in 1970.
yeah, that's not right.
1970. First of all,
That was a lot about
not
10
no
years ago.
1970. I'm only 28. Stop it. So it was like probably
$20.
2001, something like that. So so we would actually take out $20 and try to solicit a prostitute.
Woo!
And
What?
she
I know
didn't
you
know.
probably have everybody.
We tried, and
This
we was
man
like,
identifies 28, but don't want Kamala to win. Make sense.
That's why
what?
he had Donald Trump.
You can't
So
identify as 28 if Trump wins. You know that. I'm start calling you your real age, Aaron. Everybody gonna know the truth.
so yeah, we used to try to get a prostitute, but she was like, get away. We're like, we got some money. Get y'all little ass away. And I was like, fuck. Because just imagine what man I would be if she would have gave us some booty. Like, that would have shaped us in so many positive ways.
What?
Boy, I am
What
done.
the hell? You
Shut
might have
up.
unfortunately caught some disease
So
and
you
something like
tried
that.
to get molested. Get out of here, Aaron.
Hey, don't say that word. But
I'm
that
sorry.
it wasn't the M word because we were paying money. You can't solicit
Yes, it is.
M-Asian.
No,
You
it
I'm
can't
was
solicit
sorry.
M-Asian.
the broomstick. Remember, there was a whole bunch of incidents that they were attacking men with the broomstick who didn't give money, who didn't pay
You
for their
cannot
service.
solicit M station. You can't, that's not a thing. No child
Baby, if you are under
you
the
can't pay
age,
to be that. So
You
that's
are
not
not
what that is.
yes, you
excluded. Not
can.
No, you
excluded from any
can't.
type of danger. You know, you can't tell them person how freaky not to get. It's their fetish. It's up to them. It's not up to you anymore.
She told
You
us
just
to
ask
go
for a good
away.
time.
But we was trying to like I didn't have no game back then. So it was like I
I'm
felt
gonna say you wouldn't even
Listen,
know
you were
what to
protected
do.
by a guardian angel. That's what you was. You was
no,
very
I
lucky,
was
protected and guarded.
I felt rejected. That was my first feeling of rejection from a woman,
No.
and
Good.
it
You walked
was
away with a
it
shield.
it shaped my life by being rejected by a prostitute at that young age, and it was
I am not.
terrible.
Oh Lord.
I
I feel
cannot.
sorry for you right now.
What?
You are so lucky.
What do you mean?
You
Like
escaped. Didn't he escape like his life? Am I wrong?
she would have taught me so much stuff where I would have went back
God.
to other girls and I would have had
Her pimp
we
would have
weren't
been pimping you, sir, like a
we
butterfly.
wasn't eating coochie back then. Can you imagine? She would have taught me how to eat coochie at 11. I would have got all the girls. Are you crazy?
Oh
You would
I
have
would have
got
God.
got no man
your
was eating
lip
coochie at
peeled
11. I
off.
would have
Oh
been
my
No,
God.
you would have got your lip peeled off. He would have
Jeez,
got
I
so
need
much
the
bumps and stuff
soundboard.
on his
I need a
cheek
soundboard.
from flesh eating diseased. You know where
they
your
didn't
flesh,
have
a
all that
face
stuff back
transplant.
then.
You would have
Melissa.
probably need a face
Back
transplant.
when, Aaron? Back when?
Melissa.
Back
Melissa.
when? What year was that?
Back in
It was more
2021.
hygienic back then too.
2001. They didn't have that stuff back then. It wasn't AIDS. It wasn't none of that stuff then. Melissa,
You
remember?
born. I remember, you know.
She said you remember. Now we trying to throw Melissa in that same age group department as you. She might not know.
Right?
They didn't have none of that stuff.
She don't know.
But disease has always been around. It's
No,
not.
it hasn't.
Yes,
The
it
only thing
has.
that was look, the only thing that was back then was gonorrhea. That was the only disease back then.
That
They
you
had
knew
crabs.
about, sir.
They had
That you knew
crabs.
What?
about.
They
That you
had
knew
crabs. They had
about.
AIDS and they had HIV. Elton
They
John
did
already
not
and
have
George
that back then.
Michael.
Do you
George
know
Michael and Elton John already had AIDS.
it was gay
And
stuff
Magic
back then.
Johnson.
It was gay stuff.
And
That was
Magic
gay.
Johnson. No, everyone on the cover.
Okay, back when I was a kid, it was none of that stuff.
In the
Magic
late
Johnson could not
90s.
have gotten that when he was a kid, is all I'm saying. My whole point is if that woman would have gave us some, we would have been the players of our neighborhood because we would have had all the skills down. We would have knew how to eat coochie. We would have know what to say. Like I would have tipped her like, all right, so
Why are
tell
you
us
It was
what
2001. Why you
why
didn't just
are you
use your
still
cell phone?
confused?
I
I
would have gave
don't
her
Why
a
didn't
believe
you
tip.
just use your cell phone in 2001?
you.
Why do you just look
Oh
it up on
my
YouTube?
God. Would you slap yourself? Stop it. Take a cold shower. You
All I'm
didn't
saying
know.
is
Mm-mm.
that was a very integral part of my life because I had a job, I had money. I could have had women if she didn't act
Oh my God.
whatever. But
You're being
you know
over
what I'm
dramatic.
The fact
You
that
said right?
four
You're
11-year-olds tried to
dramatic.
get a gangbang for $20 is sending me.
saying?
I'm
It was three of
sorry.
us. It was three of us.
Oh,
So it would have been a train, not a gangbang.
great. Oh my God.
Four
You
and more is
you
a gangbang,
have 12.
but three is a train. So it would have
You
been a train.
so
Oh
you're
my
brave. You know,
God.
really
What?
bold and brave. I have to say that.
I'm just
Whoever
saying,
knew?
Cookie,
You
you
guys.
being the grammar person, you're being the person that's the
That
teacher,
ain't
you might want to
grammar.
get these
That's
terms
sexual
correctly.
innuendos.
It was a train, not a
I
gangbang, man.
apologize. I will take that correction. I don't know nothing about that.
Grammar is
It doesn't even matter.
means something, okay? Freaking gangbang. You don't even know what you out here doing. So yeah.
Me,
So
I
yeah.
ain't got her doing nothing. At 11,
What?
I was skating at the roller rink and playing with Barbies.
Right? I
Well,
was still waking up from a nap, but evening nap or whenever.
and I was being a grown man out here having a job, helping innocent women with their groceries. I was helping my community. I was in the community. I was
I
giving
almost
back to my
spent my
That's
tea
community.
right.
out. And
That's
with
why
the
you
money,
being
he
stand
tried to
up.
get a prostitute. Y'all were, I hope
What's
y'all
wrong with that?
understood.
Enjoy the fruits. It's called enjoying the fruits of your labor, Cookie.
You
Right.
didn't go buy no Transformers, you was stealing. You tried to go buy that Nana. That is a shame. Y'all
Yeah.
ain't got to go buy the Transformers.
Oh, you know what? If I was smart, I just thought about it. Y'all just reminded me of something. If I was smart, I would have put the transformer that I just stole, the little Optimus Prime, in
Oh
my
my
pants,
God.
and I would have been like, I might be little, but something else ain't little. She would have been like,
God, have mercy.
oh my
Help us.
God, how old are you?
How
I'm
illegal is this?
Oh my God,
This whole
let's
story
go.
a felony.
Then she would have been like, you can keep the $20. Like, come on, Mr. Optimus Prime. I'm just like, damn, I
Are you
messed up.
serious?
I could have put a transformer in my pants and I would have got the coochie.
Ma'am,
Damn.
remember this story.
I'm
If
gonna
you out there,
do
thank you for turning this man down. He probably would have been
it.
looking like
There is
so
Melissa.
I think that you
missing
really deserve
teeth.
Oh
that
my
fact that you
He'd have been
God.
all skinny and
at
strung
11.
out.
That
Can
is
y'all imagine what response she would have got if I would have been like 11 years old with a big old bulge in my pants? She would have been like, you know how y'all be sucking your finger like, she would have been like, oh, she would have had to have that,
do you know how much
Should have
old
gave you a
baby mothers you
whooping.
probably would have had?
huh? What you say,
Do you know
Melissa?
do you know how many old baby mothers you probably would have had it up to now? Probably about
No,
10. You probably would have started sleeping with older women and got them pregnant.
no, you can't get an older woman pregnant. I was 11. I can't get nobody pregnant.
Boy,
You serious?
You got to think I'm thinking logic. Y'all not thinking logical. I'm thinking logical. I'm 11 years
Oh
old.
my
I can't
God.
get nobody pregnant.
yes, you
No,
Yes,
can.
I
you are
can't.
so
I'm 11. Stop.
What?
Y'all aren't
But
you
y'all
look,
voting for the person taking education out of school. We learned
Cookie
this
and
at
Melissa.
home.
This is kind of sad. Y'all need to take biology class because when I was 11, I knew exactly what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'm 11 years old. Okay, so I can't get nobody pregnant. And yeah, I got $20, and me and my homeboy about to run his train, and I planned it all out, but I forgot to put the transformer in my pants. That's the
Sir,
only thing I
but
messed up.
can we please move on with the video?
Told you you
Because at
could
this
do this.
point, I'm just like,
No, but seriously, no, first, but who told you you could do this? Who put this idea? Was you watching Blues? Was it the commercial? It was the TV, right?
No, in our neighborhood, it wasn't our neighborhood, but at that plaza in Atlanta, is a famous street called
Oh, it's always a street.
it's the
yeah,
walk, girl. They call
it,
it the walk.
yeah, it's certain strips in different cities where prostitutes are, and it was called
Yeah.
Stewart Avenue. So we all knew that Stewart Avenue be having prostitutes. So, and the Piggly Wiggly and the place we stole Transformers from was on Stewart Avenue. It's still there. It's called Metropolitan Avenue now. Anybody live in Atlanta right in here? Anybody live in Atlanta? Do y'all remember Stewart Avenue? It used to be prostitutes everywhere. So,
Sir,
yeah.
you going
So,
too far back.
but yeah, we was just like, we about to get
Was
some
you scared?
prostitutes.
Was you worried about your parents ever finding out
About what? We was at work.
about your sexual activities? Like,
We didn't get no sexual activity. We was at we went to work, but it wasn't no sexual activity.
but you
Hold
know
on,
that.
Dion said breaking news. What breaking news? In this Diddy world, somebody say breaking news. I'm like, what?
Facts.
Dion, what breaking news? What did he do? You talking about breaking news about the prostitutes or breaking news? Diddy is granted third bail hearing. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So I gotta go. I might do a part two because we didn't even get too far into this because y'all up here talking about prostitutes and stuff. But I
Whatever.
digress. What?
I'll take the blame.
But yeah, and the Rams game is on, so I'm gonna cut this show short, and I'm gonna come back on probably
I always
tomorrow.
appreciate you, Mr. Let Go. Thanks again.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
thank you, Melissa. I
Enjoy your
appreciate
day.
y'all hanging
Take
out
Thank
care.
you
with
for
me.
having me, and I'm just glad that God kept you that day.
Yeah, but I just want to say y'all are so toxic, sitting up here talking
What?
about prostitutes while I was trying to talk about the presidential election, and y'all want to talk about prostitutes. Shit is crazy, but it's okay. Y'all toxic. That's all I want to say.
Okay, whatever.
It's the women syndromes.
Exactly. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Being educated by the educational system.
Yeah, and we brought up prostitutes during the election. Show y'all. Sorry.
Man, if I could just go back in time. Oh my God.
Cool.
She was fine too. She had this
Oh my
fat.
good Lord.
Oh my God. Okay.
I bet if
All
you
right.
saw her now and
Oh yeah, she's probably dead now. She's probably dead now. Like she was
She
prostitute.
sounds older than
Hell
you?
no.
I thought this the 2000s. What happened? Why would she be dead?
No, she was a prostitute. I'm sure she's probably trafficked, or I don't know. I don't know what their lives are. I'm sure they're
Traffic.
terrible lives. You know, getting trafficked left and right. And shit. Yeah, so I don't know. She
Bless
probably
your
like in another country getting
God
trafficked
bless
or something like
you.
that. I don't know.
Diddy got her.
Diddy got her right, you know. So yeah. All right, y'all. I'll come back because this was fun. I don't even want to get off, but I need to see what's going on with Diddy because I might say forget about this football game and get into this Diddy stuff. Pause. But talk to y'all later.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you
Take care.
for coming up. All right, talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt Kamala letting her friend diddle her. What happened with Diddy? All right, I'll look it up. Thank you, Dion, and thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna come back and do a part 2 because we ain't even talked about the majority of this damn video. We got to talk about some crazy stuff. So and the game's on. So see y'all later. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.